Good, good, good. I'm telling you right now, for those on live stream and for the, who here has, is this the first time coming to the Affiliate Millionaire with Greg? I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. I've been through, my name's Thad Winston. I'm an author, speaker. I've known Greg, good Lord. I've known Greg. I remember when Kim had Nigel still in that carriage known as her womb, okay? So I've known him for a long time, and Kim used to be coming to the real estate events that I was teaching, and she would sit in the back of the room going through the pregnancy, and Greg would always come to those mastermind sessions then too, and he always had his computer. He'd sit in the back of the room, just be like, just real quiet, just kept to himself, and I'm like, man, I wonder what that guy does. I wonder what that guy does. And then we were just, we went through that for almost a year. And then the gentleman that I'm going to be introducing here in just a little bit, he comes to me, he says, hey, you know Greg Davis? I'm like, I know Kim Davis. He goes, Greg's the one that's always with Kim. I'm like, oh, yeah. The guy with the computer all the time. He goes, do you know what he's doing? I'm like, well, no. He said, man, he's a baller. I mean, this guy's a baller. And at the time, that's when Greg was still just doing just Google AdWords and all that stuff like that. But obviously, since then, some things have really, really exploded. And the value that you're going to get this weekend is not just going to be from the stage, but it's going to be from some of the folks you're going to get a chance to meet here at this event. And literally, I promise you, several of you folks this is going to be literally a life-changing event. So I want to applaud each one of you guys for coming out here today. I've got a few housekeeping notes I want to share with you guys. First of all, everybody in here obviously has a cell phone, so would you please go ahead and pull your cell phone out right now and put it on vibrate. Pull your cell phone out right now, put it on vibrate. Because inevitably, somebody's phone is going to ring, you're going to go running out and try to talk on the phone, etc. We would ask that you would just pay the courtesy to the folks that are around you, and you wouldn't do that. So put it on vibrate. If you have to take the call, because emergencies do occur, obviously feel free to get up and go outside and talk, but do not talk on your phone inside, and please put your phone on vibrate. Now, another thing, that this is going to make some of you guys wrinkle up your face at me, but that's okay. But we're going to ask that you would not take pictures of the PowerPoints, okay? Now, there's several reasons for it. I'm not going to give you all of them, but the one big reason is because I'm up here telling you right now, please don't do it. A lot of the speakers have asked that they would be able to keep their stuff to themselves, something to that point. And then we'll also probably be making that content available for you after or sometime during the event. So if it's that important to you, then keep that in mind. Please do not, if we catch you holding up your cell phone, trying to take a picture, we don't want you to get embarrassed, okay? Anybody got any questions on that? All right, good deal. All right, no recording. You don't pull out your cell phone. Don't do recordings on your paraphernalia that you got out there with you. No recording of the event. We will be very specific about how you can get access to the content if you do want to get access to the content. We were told yesterday during the Q&A with Greg that several folks maybe did not get the bonuses after you signed up. So if you did not get the bonuses after you signed up that Greg offered, then would you please send an email to this address. Send it to kim@superaffiliaterockstar.com. kim@superaffiliaterockstar.com. And she'll be sure to get you hooked up. As far as VIP folks, please be sure to seek out the staff. All the staff today has on one of the T-shirts, but please be sure to seek out the staff today for the lunch arrangements. And then also if you have questions on where the VIP party is tonight. Our schedule this week is going to be from 9 to 9. And on Sunday, I think it's at 9 to 2 or in that time frame. But as far as an agenda, we've had several folks come and ask for an agenda. We're not going to be passing out agenda because the agenda is fluid. Greg knows a lot of folks. A lot of folks are coming in, and we may have to put a number of different folks in different time slots. So that's going to be fluid, so we're not going to pass out the agenda at this point in time. So please stop asking us at the table. Thank you. The hotel does have a restaurant, so when it comes time for lunch, please make sure that you're on time to get back here. We're going to do our utmost to keep the schedule rolling out of courtesy for everybody here as well as for our streaming folks who are watching streaming live. So we want to make sure we try to stay on time as far as that's concerned. You must have your badge each day. in order to get in through the doorway, okay? Because people will try to crash the event. So if you do not have your badge, you will not be allowed access in the event. So make sure you have that with you. If for whatever reason you lose your badge, you need to come back and get with the folks at the back table. We can get another one created for you, but you have to be in the computer in order to be able to get that, all right? This is a biggie, folks, and I know it sounds a lot, but please, no soliciting while you're here. Meaning, one of the events we were at, some people were like trying to pass around a form. Hey, give me your name and email. I'm going to send you this information. Da, da, da. Don't do that. First of all, it's rude. Second of all, it's not a courtesy to Greg. Greg and Kim invested their hard-earned money to get these butts in the seats here, and then you're going to try to come in and scrounge off of their stuff. That's not good. So don't do that. So now, networking, yes. That's one of the big benefits. So yes, you want to network, you want to pass out your card to somebody, et cetera, that type of thing. But don't be trying to do like mass recruiting. Hey, I got an event coming up and such, such, such. Hey, all you guys come to my event. If you're going to do that, do it the right way. The right way is not coming into somebody else's event and trying to get them out of their seats. Understand? Any questions on that? Okay, because we got some people planned in the group. If you get busted, you're getting kicked out. I'm joking. We don't have anybody planned in the group. All right. And if you own like a network, if you own like an affiliate network, you obviously can do a little bit more because you're trying to get folks here to work out on your network. So that's perfectly fine there. Okay. Now I get the honor and the privilege to give an introduction to a gentleman that I have the highest amount of respect for. He is he's that friend that can be closer than a brother, and that's how I think of this young man. Some of you may or may not have known or heard about, there was an event that happened to Lloyd Irvin where there was a home invasion. You guys are familiar with that? There was a home invasion. This guy broke into Lloyd's house. Two of them, two guys with guns. I was there, and they held us at gunpoint, blah, 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 guns in the face, bunch of stuff. I was in another room, and one of the gunmen came and got me. The irony is, I thought it was Lloyd playing a prank on me. Honest to God truth, I thought it was Lloyd playing a prank on me. So when the gunman woke me up with a 9mm Glock in my face, I thought it was a video camera. And I thought that the black thing pointing at me was the microphone. And I thought Lloyd was pranking me. So I woke up and I go like this. I go, I'm like, you got me, man. You got me good, right? And then, obviously, eventually I was like, yeah. He thought I was the mentally challenged cousin that they lock in the room, across the way, because Lloyd's house, he has a really nice crib. You go up the stairs this way, then it spreads off this way, it spreads off that way, and I'm in this wing, this section over here, and who in their right mind has a 9mm Glock in their face, goes like this. So, long story short, while one gunman was getting me, Lloyd was in the room. It was Vicky, his wife, Brandon, the Truth Vera, and little Lloyd. And it was actually little Lloyd's birthday. And Lloyd, in the heat of the moment, was able to think sharp enough to come up with a strategy to maneuver himself close enough to get to the other gunman. Because like I said, one gunman was with me on one side of the house. The other gunman was in their room, supposed to be keeping them held hostage. And that gunman did not know whose house he was in. Because Lloyd is a multiple world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion, a multiple national judo champion, a multiple national Samba champion, and he's the guy that the Maryland State Police go to learn how to disarm. And this guy got just close enough for Lloyd to do that, whatever thing he does, right? I call it voodoo, right? So he did the voodoo stuff, then dude come running out, jump, run, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So when I say this man saved my life, I'm telling you the gospel honest truth, because the guys who did it, Google this, mother-daughter serial killers. They murdered 7 people or more, and they were going to not do something good that night. But if not for this man, I would not be up here getting a chance to talk to you guys today and introduce this man. And when you talk about friendship, you talk about commitment, when you talk about integrity, and he's going to talk to you guys about the 3%. There's a lot that goes into it. It goes into it from your business mindset, goes into it from your personal mindset, and life does not cooperate. I mean, who here understands what I mean? Life does not cooperate. Who here has been through some tough times? Okay? Life does not cooperate. And even when life does not cooperate, you still keep moving forward, regardless. And, people can say things, but then there's people who do things. He's a doer. He's going to come up here and he's going to share some words of wisdom with you. And in spite of his current circumstance, because a lot of you guys know this, but he recently just lost his mom. And he's coming here today to share with you some nuggets of wisdom, regardless of what's going on in his personal life, because he knows it's that important to especially all the new folks that are here. It's that kind of important that you get this kind of content here today and for the whole weekend. So with that, folks, would you please join me in bringing to the stage Mr. Lloyd Irvin Jr. And if you wouldn't mind, would you please stand and just show your appreciation for the kind of commitment this young man has given for us here today. Lloyd Irvin, ladies and gentlemen, Lloyd Irvin.
Keep the music at a low level here for me. Keep it up, 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 keep it up. A little more. This is my theme song. Every day I'm hustling. I'm an only child, 45 years old. The woman of my life is my mother. She just died Monday. And I got a lot of emotions about it. But one thing I'm very happy about, the internet marketing lifestyle and the money that I was able to make online allowed me to get her transferred from Fairfax to Johns Hopkins when the insurance company wouldn't pay it. And there's a few $100,000 that needed to be paid right away to get that move done. And this is February 2013, which allowed us to extend her life a year plus, a year, almost 2 years. And it allowed me to be able to be with her every minute, every second, with her to the very end. This past Monday night, I was in her house, and I sat with her as she took her last breath. I did all the trips. And when like Thad talked about keep it moving, my mom said, it is what it is. It's one of my favorite sayings. It is what it is. No matter what's happening in your life, it is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? And she also had another saying, it's all good. And it was 4 a.m. this morning, 4 a.m. Monday night, this past Monday, this week. I'm sitting with her. She starts throwing up, blood's rushing out her nose. She's like, this is different. And I can see the panic in her eyes. And she looks at me and she says, it's all good. And within 30 to 60 minutes, she's dead. Like, I'm not a tattoo guy. I'm telling you this right now. I got my very first tattoo at 45 years. It says, it's a rose. It says, it's all good. I got it that next morning. I'm sharing with this only because, like, who here is making money online right now? Not your whatever, if you have a regular business or a job. I'm talking about you're making money online. Raise your hand. Good. Raise your hand just so I can see, get a feel of the room. If you're not making any money online, raise your hand. Don't worry about it. Raise your hands if you're making a lot of money online. See, a lot of people have different ideas what a lot of money is, but like I said, this event, the reason I'm here, like I said, the reason I'm here is this event is very close to me, you know, with Greg, seeing Greg come up, helping Greg come up through the ranks and so forth, and us at a point being in a mastermind group in a room and talking about doing an event, and now it's here, the second year. But I'll go into everything as I go, but like I said, every day I'm hustling. And whether you're making a little bit of money now, you're making a lot of money, no matter where you're at, no matter how much money, if you're doing $1 million a month, $1 million a week, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. Like I said, we can always push harder. Always push harder. And my mom always said it's all good and it is what it is. And she said she wanted me to keep pushing. And as the only child, like it's been hard. I've had my times, but like I said, I'm here, proving and like trying to make her proud. And like I said, keep on pushing. So let me see how this works here. How do I make this work? I'm not a tech guy. Not that this is techie. Arrow button. Right, and left to the back. All right, so this weekend, all your frustration about Google accounts, Facebook accounts, black hat, white hat, how to get campaigns profitable, how to scale them, how to get massive traffics. Anything you think about will all be revealed this weekend. I promise this, I guarantee you this. Greg has put together an amazing event. So let me tell you a little bit about how I got started online. I had a martial arts school. Martial arts school was doing pretty good. I mean, it was doing very bad. Then I started doing pretty good. I learned how to do marketing because I had to discover one thing. I wasn't in the martial arts business. I was in the sales and marketing business. And the point I realized and embraced that I wasn't in the martial arts business, I was in the sales and marketing business, things took off for me. But in 2003, one of my mentors, a guy named Dan Kennedy, sent an email out. And the email basically said that if you want to learn how to make money online, you need to go to my friend Kim McCarthy's event. And the event was called the System Seminar. And at this point, like I said, when it comes to mentors and mastermind groups, I'm that guy. I'm in them. I join them. I'm about following mentors. I don't want to try to create a new wheel. I want to follow the path of success. And Dan Kennedy, at that point, I had already locked into and attached my rope to Dan Kennedy as my mentor. And so when he said that if you want to make money online, go ahead. I don't need to research it. I just go. I signed up right away and I went in. And I went to that event. At the time, who here has read the book Think and Go Rich? Raise your hand. Great. Who here has read it more than one time? Raise your hand. I don't have any money on me today. I left my cash. I had $1,000 at my house I was going to bring. I always do this. If you went to the event, Greg's event last year, you can't participate in this. But what I always do, whatever money I want to do, it was going to be $1,000 a day, but there's nothing. But the point will still be made. If you were not here at the event last year and you raised your hand that you read Think and Grow Rich, can anyone stand up right now without looking at your phone, without Googling it, say all 13 principles of Think and Grow Rich right now? Now, I've spoke in the United States and different countries. I've been all West Coast, East Coast, 100 people groups, 1,000 people groups. The biggest event was probably 3,500 people. And when I say, have you read Think and Grow Rich, everyone raises their hand. Have you read it twice? Everyone raises their hand. I can go 3, 4, 5 times. I probably read it 20 plus times. Everyone raise their hand. I say, if you think Think and Grow Rich is a good book, clap for me. Everybody, One time at an event, I pulled out $5,000. Boom. If anyone can come to this mic, the mic's really in the middle and on the outsides. If anyone can come to the mic and recite the 13 principles of Think and Grow Rich, the $5,000 is yours. Not one single time in my entire life has anyone ever collected the money that I had to give away to them. So, like, I'm not going to go into the whole story, but, you know, it's not about Lloyd Irvin or this book was written before my dad was alive. You know, Andrew Carnegie, who was like the world's richest person at the time, hired Napoleon Hill and gave him a task, an assignment over a 20-year period. If you read it, you know that a 20-year period. Is it true? I don't know. But the story goes, over a 20-year period, he was introduced and his task was to hang out with, interview, get to know, and try to find out some commonalities of the world's richest people. How they act, how they think, what they do, common traits. And after a 20-year study, he came up with 13 common traits, 13 principles. And he put these 13 principles into a book, and it's called Think and Grow Rich. And if you're into studying the history of the world and most successful people, a lot of these people, the mass majority of people, attribute a part of the success, or some of them even a lot of the success, to the book Think and Grow Rich. So everyone reads the book. Everyone attributes to their success. But no one knows what the fuck it is. They don't even know the 13, like, how can you follow the 13 principles and emulate the 13 principles if you don't even know the 13 principles? So how long ago did you read the book? Like, what did you do with the book? You just read it and then asked the person, what other book do you recommend? And you read that, and then what other book do you recommend? Like, for me in my life, since I first got Think and Grow Rich, I read the book. It probably took 3 or 4 years before I read it and then started trying to what? Apply it. And still to this day, 20 plus years later, I'm still trying to apply it. I'm probably at 55, 60, 65% max. For me, it's like a thing that you're trying to master over a period of a lifetime. So, conceptually, I don't need any other books. I don't need any other books. So, I'll get back to that in a little bit. And I also believe heavily not only in Think and Grow Rich. Some people are not into metaphysics and stuff like that, but I believe in Think and Grow Rich. One thing I learned about in marketing is this. Great marketing can sell a non-existent product, whereas bad marketing can't sell free gold. Let me make sure I said that right. Great marketing can sell a non-existent product, whereas bad marketing can't sell free gold. Got that from John Carlton. Marketing can be used for good, and marketing can be used for what? Evil. If you've been involved in CPA marketing, you know different things, you know, what the FTC likes and what they allow and what they don't allow. But if the marketing and the story behind Think and Grow Rich is real, I can tell you right now, I've bought into it. I believe in those 13 principles. And I try to emulate those 13 principles with everything I do. The other thing I do is try to, what I call the Android philosophy. Because right now, if I'm trying to learn something, I'm not trying to get involved and try to make stuff up. I want to follow wherever the system is, whoever has the system. I want to attach to the system. I'm the Android. The person that has the system is the programmer. And they say left, right, left. I go what? Left, right, left. I don't go right, left, right. I am about testing and trying different things, but I'm not going to try to improve or fix. I must be an Android and follow the program. Everybody understand what I'm saying? It's very important because I've helped a lot of people get involved in internet marketing and information marketing and events and all different things. And I know everyone that's failed has always attempted to change the what? Formula. And all weekend, you're going to have people up on the stage that are going to be revealing a formula, a system. And what I want you to do is lock in and be an android. Take their programming and do that first. And then once you start making money from it, if you want to test and try different things, go for it. Make sense? Okay. Affiliate millionaires are renegades. They do everything differently. We're only about results. Results are the only thing that count. When I first got involved in internet marketing, I put up my very first squeeze page. I started running Google AdWords, and the most important thing to me and made me feel so good was getting what? An opt-in. An opt-in. I got to a point that I thought the opt-ins were like money. In affiliate marketing, people get that with clicks or impressions, or I had a 79.9 click-through rate. How much money did you make? Like the impressions and the click-through rate doesn't matter. I mean, of course it matters at a point, but results are the only thing that matters. Industry norms equals industry results. Everything Greg is going to be doing this weekend is going to try to give you the formula so that you're going to take things above industry norms and exceed industry norms. Affiliate millionaires, they think differently. They act differently. They operate their affiliate businesses differently, and they live their lives differently. Who here, raised by a show of hands, loves the way Greg is drinking Patron on the video and doing whatever he wants? Raise your hands. All right? A lot of people want to do that, but would be too fearful to put that into the public persona. And the number one goal is achieving autonomy, doing what you want, when you want, where you want, with whom you want, at the prices you want, and at the terms you want, and ultimately creating what we call fuck you money. Who here has a job? Raise your hand. Raise your hand high so I can see. All right, so you have a job. Your boss comes in and tells you, you know what, I need you to do this, this, and that. I don't like your performance. You know what, you tell them, fuck you. I quit. Your CPA network comes to you and say, listen, our payout right now is $32. You know a guy over there is paying $40. You've been with this guy, you're trying to be loyal. You know he's lying to you. The end of the month comes, you start seeing the EPCs going down, and he starts skimming. You know they're skimming. You've been trying to get a direct connect. You finally got a direct connect, and the direct connect says they're paying this, and these guys are skimming off this, and you're asking this guy, say, listen, either you take it or you leave it. You know what? Fuck you. Or we're not going to pay you this month for your commissions then. Fuck you. Take your commission, fuck you, and move on like without stress. You create fuck you money. So anytime that something's not what you want, not when you want it, not where you want it, and it's not with whom you want it, or at the price you want it, you tell them what? Say it. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Fuck you. That's what we're trying to do. Negative factors of autonomy. These are the things that will not allow you to get to what we just talked about. My affiliate business is different. It doesn't matter if you're doing EDU or insurance or health or skin or no matter what you're doing. If you're one of the type of people that always say, oh, but my affiliate business is different. My traffic is different. And you want to give a reason why you can't or won't. Oh, but banner ads is this, but email traffic is this. Like, it doesn't matter. The whole mindset of my affiliate business is different is a negative factor of autonomy. If you're controlled by other people's opinions or other people's beliefs, I'll tell you this. I am not an affiliate marketer. I don't really consider myself an affiliate marketer, okay? I do have a division of one of my companies that we decided to go into the affiliate space since Greg's last event. And I told this story last year, probably like 5 or 6 years ago, I jumped into the affiliate thing. I saw everybody making all this money. I was like, all right. So we started doing different things. I lost a crap load of money really fast. When I say a crap load, it was a lot of money really fast. Scared me. I was like, I'm not doing that. But after attending Greg's last event, I was listening around, watching, talking to people in the hallways, like, okay. Like, there's no reason not to get some of that money. I mean, there's absolutely no reason. So I jumped in a little bit and played around 6, 7 months, couldn't make anything work, and then found something that did kind of work for me, and I went and I outsourced it. I don't do anything with it. So right now we're doing anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 a day. It's not the big number like you hear them talking about, but 2,000 to 5,000. Who here would like an extra 2,000 to 5,000 a day? Right? It's good for me, you know. And I literally have zero work to do. I don't do anything with it besides every once in a while I email back and forth, and I'm no contact between the networks myself because I didn't want to outsource that so somebody come behind you and try to screw you over. I want to keep certain parts. But as far as work and writing and all the other stuff, no, nothing. But controlled by other people's opinions and beliefs. Last year, Greg caught a lot of flack from different ads and different things, and people were talking on this and that, rah, 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 and you shouldn't do this, and you're this, and you're that. And like, if he was controlled by those people's opinions and those people's beliefs, would we even be here talking right now? Yes or no? No. Controlled by past experiences. Controlled by past experience is a negative influence of autonomy. And I use me for example. It was like 2007, 2008, had I used that bad experience in the affiliate marketing game, I would never have got back in. Every campaign that you ever start in affiliate marketing, is it going to be profitable, yes or no? The answer should be like no or no, right? It's impossible. You have winners, you have losers. If you're a slave to industry norms, being a slave to industry norms, you have, like, if you're getting information, like some of the stuff that the guys are going to speak about this weekend are not what is normal in the industry, and is not what the CPA, your affiliate manager, may be telling you. It's not normal, right? But don't be a slave to industry norms. You have to be able to think outside the box. If you just have the worker's mentality. For me, like I said, I would never have been able to play in the affiliate space had I had the worker's mentality instead of just setting up the infrastructure and building the teams to do the work. Don't have the worker's mentality. And if you give up easily, I'll tell you, since Greg's last event, it took me 6, 7 months to figure out what I'm going to do. But I'm not giving up. I know, like, people are making money in affiliate marketing. No ifs, no ands, no buts. It's just about are you and what are you doing and how are you doing and what do you feel comfortable in, like whatever your thing is. Raise your hands if you're not making any money yet right now. I'm talking to you more so. People are making money. They're making a crap load of money in affiliate marketing. You just have to find your thing. And if it takes 1 month and you hit a winner, or you take 2 years or a year or 6 months or whatever your time is, just don't give up. Giving up is a negative factor of time. It's the same thing too. Like now you want to scale from $1,000 a day to $5,000 a day to $20,000 a day, or whatever number you want to do a day. You can't give up. You have to keep on pressing forward. So it's very important. If you're not able to do that, that's a negative factor of autonomy. How to turn your affiliate business, for the people making money, how to turn your affiliate business into an extraordinary affiliate business. The positioning for power. What niche in the affiliate space can you own? Can you own? Like right now, what I'm doing in the affiliate space, I'm just working with one niche. Oh, but that niche makes money. That niche, like you can't, like everybody heard of the shiny object syndrome, correct? It's the same thing in the affiliate space. It's like shiny object, insurance, health, download apps, games. It's like so many different things. But if you're brand new, you got to start where? Somewhere. You got to start somewhere. So that's where I'm at. Of course, I'm going to branch out later on. But right now, I'm trying to do one thing and get the one thing and then scale from there. So what niche in the affiliate space do you own? Can you own? What are all the processes that you're doing in your business right now? And I used to talk to Greg about this a lot. Because conceptually, everyone heard of, what is it, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? All right, so he has the wealth quadrants, right? And the wealth quadrants, you know, the absolute worst quadrant to be in is what? The E quadrant. So you're an employee. You work for somebody else. After you do your 40-hour work week, 80-hour work week, whatever your work week is, they give you a check. Before you get the check, they take out the FICA, the SMICA, the health insurance, all the other stuff. And then once you get that, you have to turn around and pay your car note and your house insurance and do all that. And then at the end of that dance, you have that to do whatever you do want to do with, right? Robert Kiyosaki said that's the worst place to be. The next quadrant was S, self-employed. And then you had the B, the business owner. And the difference between the business owner, like a lot of people that are self-employed say and tell their friends they have a business. But really they're only more than nothing more than a glorified employee. And I think in Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's something to the effect of, to be a business owner, you have to be able to be away from your business, have no connection to your business, no contact with your business for at least 12, 24 months, and be able to come back and your business is doing the same, if not better. And if you can't do that, have that type of separation, then you don't want to have a business, you're kind of self-employed. And so what are all the processes that you're doing in your business? When I say in your business, because a lot of people that do affiliate that I've talked to, they're kind of self-employed. And they're even when they're making a lot of money, I mean, I met guys that are 100K a day, 50K a day, but if they don't do it, I mean, they can't go out and disappear and off the grid for 2 months or 6 months. Something happened in their family to a loved one, and they have to go away, and you can't be doing it for a year. They can't even exist. That's not a business. I mean, that's whatever you want to call it, all right? So are you setting up your business? Are you setting up this thing to be a business? And sometimes you may make less money in the beginning as you're setting up because you have to outsource things. But when it's time to really scale, you end up making more money and time. Because depending on how old you are, like we got some guys here I know that are like, really young, making a lot of money, so you don't even feel what I'm talking about right now because you think that's going to last forever. It's not. What happens to the leads that you drive? What happens to the leads that you drive? You just spend all this money on driving traffic. You have Facebook accounts, you email, however you're doing it. Like, what happens to the leads? Are the leads only going to the network? Do they keep the leads? What happens to those leads? If it's your own offer, how many upsells do you have? How many upsells do you have? We have a thing in internet marketing, information marketing. We have a thing called you keep pushing until they have like buyer's fatigue. If a person comes in, you have upsell, yes or no. Upsell, yes or no. Downsell, yes or no. Like if you have your own product, how many upsells, how many downsells do you have? And first of all, why on earth would anyone offer an upsell? Somebody blurt it out. An upsell. Why would you offer an upsell? But why? Give me the bottom line. Why? Make more money. Everybody clear on that? We offer an upsell to make more what? Money. So when they take that upsell, what's the next thing we do? Do another upsell. And then we do what? Another upsell. And then we do what? Upsell. See, and if I keep on asking this question, y'all keep saying upsell, but I guarantee you everyone here that has their own products, at some point their upsells stop. Raise your hands in here if you have your own product and you have unlimited upsells. Like upsells never stop ever. No one can say that. But why? Because at some point, do you not want more money? Is that because you got fucking lazy and stop creating upsells? Because you're happy with the money you're at, because you're not pushing. Everybody follow me? We're talking about pushing. Pushing. If you're making $1 million a day, man, I'm good. Yeah, you're good, but you're still not pushing. It don't matter. See, we're not talking about the money. We're talking about the process. You're an Android. Listen, if you want to make more, if you want to make more money, offer what? Upsells. That's the program. You're the Android. Then the Android is going to only do what? Create more upsells, 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 and unlimited amount of what? Downsells. It goes upsell, yes, 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 no, 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 yes, 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 no, 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 yes, 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 no, 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 until they get the hell out of there. But if they're not ready to get out of there having buyer's fatigue, like who are you to say that, listen, I want you to put your credit card away and stop giving me money? That's what you're doing. So what happens if you're driving traffic to someone else's offer? If you're driving traffic direct or using pre-sale pages? If you're using pre-sale pages, what's happening to those leads? If on the black hat side, if you're driving traffic to other people's offer, are you using the black hat side and duplicating those things, and you taking the time to create the program or buy somebody else's program so that when they opt in and go into their funnel, you get that lead also who's already raised their hands and you can monetize on the back end instead of letting the CPA networks monetize it only on their back end? Oh, I don't know how to do that. Who have you asked? Who have you asked? I mean, if I want to create something in Black Hat, I go to the Black Hat forum, I ask the question. I go to the forum, the programmer forum and ask the question. Who here can create me a software that does? They're all there. Make sense what I'm saying? It's very important because no matter where you're at, here or down here or anywhere in between, this all stuff applies. Immune to criticism. Whose opinions count to you? What have you put in place that can function perfectly when you're not there? I'll warn you right now, as you're building your businesses and for the people that are already making money, as you're doing your business, make sure that you focus on this and build stuff that can operate if you're not there. You never know if you have to just disappear for a while. You never know if you get sick and you're going to be down for a while. Health issue, it can be anything. I have one friend who's doing making stupid, crazy money. I used to always tell him this and just always joking. He's like, no, understand. And something happened where he had a health issue that put him out for like 3 months. And those 3 months, he was making a lot of money, living a high lifestyle, private jets, all that good stuff. But he can't wait. He can't be off for 3 months. He can't not make it for a week because he needs that to continue to live what he has. And 3 months put him out of business. Everything out of business. You're done. Now he's back, but he now understands what I'm saying. So you have to be immune to criticism. Don't worry about what people's opinions and create a business that can survive when you're not there. How can you create offers that sell at higher prices? Dan Kennedy always says this: there is no limit to what a market will pay for goods or services if they're properly presented in the right way to the right market and you deliver the right value. And I always use the same example here, but I have high blood pressure. I take blood pressure pills. Has anyone ever seen the CPA offers out there for blood pressure? No, y'all don't have high blood pressure. You probably don't pay attention. But I do. And when I watch them, I read them, when it comes down to it, at the end it says $17, $19. There was one CPA offer I saw that was a blood pressure thing. It was really good. I mean, the testimonials, the story, it was awesome. But at the end of it, I needed to see a price point of a few $100 to make me okay, I'm doing it. It could have been $1,000. It wouldn't matter because I want the solution to what? This problem. But $17 is Personal behaviors. What are the behaviors that you do? Are you happy with them? Behavior meaning you open your account one day, there's $1,000, it should have been $5,000. What do you do? What's your mindset? Are you motivated? Say if you open your Facebook account one day and you lost $100,000. How do you handle that? What are the behaviors you do? I'll tell you right now, Greg gives a fuck less. It doesn't, he's a machine. He just goes forward. He has his job, understand what it is. Win some, lose some, it doesn't matter. Just keep going forward. What are the behaviors that others do that I would like to do? What are the behaviors that others do that I would like to do? What are the behaviors that I do that I don't have to do? Anyone ever here had something bad happen in their life and they just buried their head in the sand and got under the covers and just put it, yes or no, raise your hand. All right, don't be shy here. It's very important that we're open here because when it's all said and done, everyone here, unless your personal friends, are going to go back into your own world, doing your own thing and whatever that is, and this weekend has the power to be life-changing for us. But what are the behaviors that others do? Like I always try to attach to other people's behavior. Like Dan Kennedy, one of Dan Kennedy's things, he's really known for proper time management. Doesn't have a cell phone. I have a cell phone. I'm addicted to text and stuff. But he doesn't have a cell phone, doesn't let people invade his space, and only, like, everything has to be by appointment. Meetings, phone meetings by appointment, physical meetings by appointment, and you have your rules and policies. I like that. So I insulate myself in that. I have 2 assistants. Everything goes through my assistants. Do you think friends and family are happy? No. Causes problems, but once they get used to it, it becomes the norm. Because the norm was not people being able to not get in touch with me or me picking up. Right now, raise your hands if your friends and family, if they called you and left a message and you don't call them back within a few hours, are they going to have a problem? Yeah, right? If a person comes to your door, comes to your house, or comes to your office, knocks on the door, says, hey, do you have a minute? You always say, yeah. Is it ever a minute? It never turns to a minute. And if you think about it, if you think about your time, because everything should be associated to what the value of your time is. If you spend 1 minute turns to 10 minutes and 10 minutes turns to 15 minutes, if you spend 15 minutes a day talking to people, 4 different people, that's a whole hour gone of the day. Because most people try to make money and are doing good making money or whatever level they're always talking about one thing. They're talking about, I wish I had more time in the day. Because in their mind, they think if I had more time in the day, I could make more what? Money. Or I could focus more time on my business. When they already have enough time. 24 hours is enough time for people to make money. People throughout the history of the world have done it within 24 hours a day, right? So it's about you have to look at the time that you do have and the time that you're allowing people to steal from you. Because they are actually stealing time from you. Basic keys to success. All right, so I'm not going to go into all 13 principles, but I'm going to go to a few. So from Think and Go Rich, one of the principles are taking fast action and having fast implementation. Who here has had an idea, had a thought or dream, something you knew that would work well, could make millions, and you didn't do anything about it? Next thing you know, you see it on TV, and somebody else is making $1 million off it. Raise your hand. Raise your hands high if you have it. All right? It's very important. What's the difference between you and them, really? Conceptually, they had an idea also, and they took action. They had fast implementation. Well, what happens sometimes, people say, well, I didn't know what to do. Well, if you didn't know what to do, that means then you're not connected to the right what? Circles. And we go back to Think and Go Rich. It talks about another principle is specialized knowledge. Specialized knowledge. In my book, I think it was on page 46, it says, specialized knowledge is not the type of knowledge that you gain from traditional universities and or colleges. And when I graduated from college, it really hit me hard because I'm not making one single penny from anything that I learned from college. I would never tell people not to go to college. I would never tell, that's back and forth. But I would never remove my time in college. I had a great time in college. I love all the experience, pledging fraternity, playing football, all the friends I met. But I'm not making one single penny from anything I learned in college. And when I say that on stage oftentimes, like sometimes people write me bad letters. Why would you say something like that? Your college is just, like, I'm not talking about the college experience and what it did and all the light. I'm talking about making money. I'm not making I have not made one single penny from anything I learned in college. And I was a business major, a minor in marketing. So when Think and Go Rich says that specialized knowledge is not the type of knowledge you gain from traditional universities and or colleges, I fully understand that, because it wasn't until I started attending these events and joining mastermind groups and having a mentor that I was able to take it up to the next level. And Think and Go Rich, another common trait between all the world's most richest and most successful people is what? Having a what? Mentor. Having a mentor. Every major leap and every major jump I've done in my business, I've made money in over 26 different niches. Like, there's a system, and once you follow the system, you have an Android, you can jump from niche to niche, from industry to industry, and it's just the same exact formula. Nothing changes, nothing's different. But having a mentor to get you the knowledge is very, very valuable and very, very important. And last, one of the most crucial for me is the mastermind principle. Like I said, this is not Lloyd Irvin talking. This is in the book Think, Grow Rich. And if you have not done it before or done it lately, go back and read the book and read the chapter on the mastermind principle. Being in a room, being in a group of people with like minds, with like attainments, and all with the same purpose, and having a mentor over top of the group with one purpose, helping you, scale your stuff or get to the next level, is very, very important. And I have some of my closest friends I've met through the mastermind groups I've joined. I'm currently in 3 mastermind groups right now. It's something I have to be a part of. Like, I'm addicted to it because it's not about. It's just about like all year. I just need to get one thing, just one thing that can just take one of your campaigns or take one of the ideas, take one of your businesses, or just one connection. And it's not just people in the group, it's about who you can be connected to. One person knows one person that can change your life, change the entire game for you. So, like, these are the keys of success that help me and help everyone that I know get to the next level. Like I said, these are just 4 of the principles. What are Greg's goals? First of all, one of his goals is to build an army of affiliate millionaires. Raise your hand if you have gotten any value from Greg Davis's Facebook group. You have to. I remember when he first said, I don't want to do that. I just want to make money. And then one day, like I said, he decided he wants to create an army of affiliate millionaires worldwide. For those people that are already successful affiliates, one of Greg's goals is to link everyone together so everyone can help everyone come up. Zig Ziglar once said something to the effect of, it's not what you can do, but helping others. It's about helping others achieve what they want. You can get everything you want in this world as long as you help as many other people get what they want. Everybody agree with that? For the people just starting out, Greg's goal is to help you make your first dollar. Help you get in this game, because understand this, everyone that's making any money online, no matter how you're doing it, start out making what? No money. And it is a very, very lonely world out there for the people, newbies starting out, because one, you have the scam artists out here trying to take advantage of you because you want to get involved. You have different types of newbies. You have newbies that are just broke and have a job or no job, and they're just broke and got no money. And can anyone sell them anything? No, they have no money. Then you have the newbies that have professional jobs and have a lot of money for working class workers, but they want to get out of their job. Like one of the niches we used to be in was dentistry. Anyone dentist here? No, right? So in the dental industry, one of the number one thing that they wanted was how to get the hell out of the dental industry. See, when you're first new at it, it's no cool, but once you've been doing it for a while, you don't want to be, for them to make their money, they have to be in people's mouths every day. And you stop doing that, you stop making money. So now you're working, you're not spending time with your kids, you're working, there's pros and cons. So at a certain age, I think our stats were at 40 or 42 years old, then anyone that's 40 to 42 and has been in the practice for at least 10 years, they want out or find a way to transition out. Make sense? And so they have money and they're always looking for the things. So people are always preying on them, right? But Greg's thing was like, man, I want to help the newbies too, because I was a newbie. Because it's much easier to help people that are already successful, already online making money, because there's less resistance. They already believe and they already know it. They just need ways to what? Scale up. Much easier to work with them. Much more difficult to work with newbies, because one, they have the stuff in their head and they're unsure if this is work and they're not sure if it's a scam and they're kind of resistant. And who wants to deal with that? No one, but Greg does. So it's a great balance. So another principle is if you invest in Greg and you give him $1, he wants to give you $5 back. You invest $100, he wants to give you $1,000 back. And if you put $1 in and get $5 back, how many more dollars are you going to give? As many as you can. Yes or yes? This is the way it is. So that principle and that goal and everything that you do, everything that Greg does has these underlying principles of you give him $1, he gives you $5 back. Give him $10, he gives you $100 back. And that's what that's his process. Also, Greg wanted to create an affiliate-style network. Because when it's all said and done, no matter how much money you're making, how much knowledge you have, 2 heads are better than 1, 4 heads are better than 2, 10 heads are better than 3. And the more people we can get in the network, like the value just in the Facebook group, people just asking the questions, people chiming in, right? Giving you access to a new host, a new cloaker, new anything. That network is something he wanted to create, and he's done it. And most importantly, he wanted to spread the Greg Davis affiliate style through the world. Like his I don't give a fuck attitude. I drink Patron, I do what I want. If you don't like it, screw you attitude. Because when it's all said and done, no matter if you're you would never curse on stage. You may never even curse in front of anyone. But if you would and you're scared to, then you're not doing what you want to do. Why? Because you're influenced by what? Other people's opinions? Other people's, if you're in a world or surrounded in an environment that you have to act outside of yourself because you don't want to offend, you don't want to be viewed. That's not what Greg's into. And if you have to do that, that's your thing. But Greg wants to show and be him, and so everyone can just loosen up a little bit. And most important, like I said, he wanted to leave his mark in the affiliate marketing world because, honestly, throwing events and doing, these types of things can be a headache. I'm not sure if you know how much work is really, I've done these and, like I said, 7 different niches, and it's a pain. A pain. I have a big staff, but it's a pain. But he said he wanted to leave his mark, so, I commend Greg for that. The most important things for making money online, whether you're making money already or just starting, one is the mindset. You got to have the mindset. It's 100% mindset. I'm going to share with you how I did it, how we do it, and how you can do it too, how we use systems, how we stay plugged in, how we use the power of the mastermind. And one thing you have to have is what we call a brain transfusion. And so I want you to think about it like this. Everybody throughout your life as you come up, you have somebody, whether it's your family member, grandparents, someone, whoever's raising you, has put some shit in your head. And imagine somebody peel back your head, they put some shit in your head, and they put concrete on it, and the concrete hardens, and they put more shit and more concrete, and concrete hardens, and put more shit in concrete, and shit in concrete, and shit in concrete, and this happens to you all your entire life. If you're a kid and you come from a lower income family and you say, Mommy, can I have this? No, we can't afford that. Oh, Daddy, can we have? No, you can't afford that. Throughout their life, the shit that's being put in their head is, no, I can't afford that. You can't afford that. We don't have money. You can't afford that. And however long they get that shit put in their head, imagine if you're 4 years old all the way to 18. So for 14 years, the shit in concrete that's put in your head, not saying the parents are doing something evil or mean or bad, they can't afford it. So the person that the child looks up to and believes in and trusts with everything is telling them we can't afford it. And they're putting that, you think that's strong? Yes or no? That's strong. I came from middle class. My dad was a military. My dad was a colonel in the Air Force. And so my entire life was get a job, join the military, live below your means, don't spend a lot of money, save, and retire when you can retire. You think he was doing that because he was trying to be mean to me? No. It's just that if he's doing the best he can with what he got, and that's what he had. If some people say, oh, fly a private jet. Oh, you want to go to the shopping center? Oh, we'll get a private jet, fly over California. Like, they had that side. It's depending on the shit that's in your head. So if all people who have a job, I have to assume that you, at some level, you have a job mentality. It's just what it is. If you had a job and you now making $30,000, $40,000, $60,000, $100,000 a month, then that shit's a lot to you. I mean, you're probably excited and ecstatic. And at some point you lock into a point that may be the number. So as long as you're doing $50,000 a month, you're good. And getting to $1 million a year, you don't even care about. Make sense? But everyone has to have shit and concrete. And Greg is here with a sledgehammer to peel your heads back and break up the concrete and take out a level of shit. And then try to break up the next level of concrete and take out the next level of shit. As much as he can do in the next 4 days. And you have to be resistant. I mean, you can't be resistant to this process. Because right now I can sit and tell I got a level of like shit and concrete, like becoming a billionaire, having $100 million. Like it's like fuck. Like what the fuck can I do to make $1 billion? Like how can you? Like I'm not even attached to anything right now that can get me to $1 billion. Right? That's limited thinking. But I know for a fact I'm not attached to nothing right now. Right? But still limited thinking, right? So at different stages of your life, as you come up the ladders, you will get exposed to different people because there was a time that $10,000 a month was like, I wish I could have a secondary side business making $10,000 a month. I would be paid forever, right? So it's very important to understand. Is there anyone here by a show of hands that believes they don't have shit and concrete in their head? Raise your hands if you believe you don't. Perfect. Who here would like to make an extra $100,000 this year? Raise your hands. I'll tell you my system story. Dan Kinney sent an email in 2003, told me if you want to learn how to make money online, go to this guy's event. I went to the website, I paid for the event, attend the event. I'll never forget it. He came out on the stage, it was like 500 people in the room. I was sitting right where you are, the guy in the pink. What's your name, pink shirt? Tom. I was sitting right where Tom was, front row. And Kim McCarthy came out and said, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to the System Seminar. Just to show you the power of the internet, I want to make a quick point. If you're making over $100,000 a year purely online, nothing to do with your business, nothing to do with your offline business, purely online, please stand. And people start standing up. I heard chairs moving. I look back. It's all the people like, wow, it's cool. All right, let's turn up a notch. If you're making over $250,000 a year online, stay standing. So you hear chairs rattling, moving, people sitting down. I look back, still lots of people standing. I'm like, damn. Let's take it up one more. If you're making over $500,000 online, stay standing. Chairs ruffling, moving again. People still standing there. One more time. If you're making over $1 million a year online, stay standing. And like that, I'll never forget this day. It was in Cleveland, Ohio. I looked back and saw all these geek burgers and nerds and regular dudes still standing. And I said, I hadn't made one single penny online. I looked back, I put my head on the table, I said, good God. And right then, you ever seen the movies when you're in a movie and the person in the movie, they're going like through a montage of their life and thinking and everything. Like I went through that experience right then and there because I felt that I was pretty sharp. I felt that I can apply things. I was known as a fast implementer, but I was like really, right now, what's the difference between them back there and me? I was already fully on board Think and Grow Rich. I knew the 13 principles, unlike y'all. I was ready to apply these concepts. I said, listen, right here, right today, I'm going to make a change in my life. Anything that's said on stage, I'm going to do. I'm not going to guess it. I'm not going to wonder if it's real. I'm just going to do it. I've already invested here, just like y'all have already invested. Flights, hotels, trips, whatever, time away. Like you've already invested. You've trusted enough to invest, and you're here. Like I did. So I'm saying, I'm going to do everything. And from that point forward, I just did everything. And my very first squeeze page was made that day. I'm using Elance. I got to put up through Elance. I got Google AdWords running that weekend. One thing a person told me that to this very day, as I stand on the stage for me, I always hold dear and have applied. There's one guy stood on the stage and said, listen, when you start making money, it's going to feel good. You're going to want to tell people. And the more money you make, the more people you want to tell. But I'm telling you right now, I've made a lot of money. This is not me, I'm talking from somebody else. His name is John Reese. I'm telling you right now, I've made a lot of money online. But when you start making money, don't say shit. Don't tell nobody shit. Let them think you're broke. He said the only people that need to tell you that how much money they're making is people trying to teach you and sell you for them to teach you how to make money. That's one thing I like about the affiliate business. The affiliate business, you hear about people making $50,000 a day, $100,000 a day, making big days, but there are people making droves more than that you never even heard of. They could be in here right now, ain't gonna say shit. No, seriously, they're here for one little thing, because Greg's a beast, and they know he's a beast, so they're here to get one thing. But my system story is I went and applied everything, did everything, and I left and went on. So my goal was to make 6 figures extra a year. I had my martial arts school. My martial arts school was doing okay, and it was continuing to do better. But my goal was, like multiple streams of income. So I was trying to learn how to make online business to do 6 figures. So that was my goal. Like I asked you, who wants to make extra 6 figures? Fast forward, after I left the seminar, I went back, did what I did, and I did my first product launch. And my first product launch, I did $108,000 my first day. It may not sound like a lot, but to me, it was a lot. I mean, it was $80,000 more than I wanted for the entire year. And fast forward, like I said, I've gone on to make millions and millions and millions of dollars online. I've had a $1.7 million day. I've had multiple $1 million plus 2-3 day spans. And I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you that there was a point that I got brought back to the system seminar to speak as one of Kim McCarthy's success stories, right? And as I was coming back, I would receive tons of emails. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Lloyd. Like, I was at the same event that you were at. Like, what did you do different? And that was the reigning theme. Like, what did you do different? And it was like I didn't do nothing different. I sat where Tom was at, in the same room, and implemented what was taught. I'll tell you more about that in a second, too. Mindset. I told you mindset is the most important, so check this out. Mindset. 97% verse 3%. When I was just in the game, I was very hungry. I'm always asking questions. I'm at events. I'm in the hallways talking to every speaker that'll talk to me. They want this me. Like I'm out there. I'm trying to gain specialized knowledge. I'm invested. That's what I'm trying to do. And one guy told me, Lloyd, I asked one of the early mentors named Stephen Oliver, and basically I said, what do you have to do to become successful? What's the goals of success? What attribute to your success most? I always ask everyone that's successful that. I said, what are the top 3 things that attribute to your success? And Stephen was like, listen, you want me to tell you the truth, or you want me to tell you like some bullshit? I was like, just tell me the truth. He said, are you sure you can handle it? You got to have thick skin. I said, I'm good. I'm ready for this. He said, the first thing you have to understand about success is that you have to understand that 97% of the population is not going to be successful. 97% of the population are losers. I was like, and I stepped back, losers. Like, why you talking about people like that? Like, listen, thick skin, Lloyd. I'm not like disrespecting anyone. I'm just telling you, 97% of the population are fucking losers. They ain't doing shit. They're not trying to do shit. They want shit. They're saying they want shit. They ain't willing to do shit. They're fucking losers, Lloyd. I was like, okay. And only 3% of the population are winners. I mean, if you don't have money, it doesn't mean you're a loser. Lloyd, shut the fuck up. Do you want me to tell you this or not? I said, yeah, okay. I shut up. 97% of the population are fucking losers. Only 3% of the population are winners. You have to make a fucking decision. Do you want to be in the 97% or do you want to be in the damn 3%? If you want to be in the 3%, then you have to understand that you have to do what 3%ers do. And don't do what 97%ers do. So then I was like, okay. Yeah, so right now I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to be a 97% or you want to be a 3%er? What did I say? So, do y'all want to be 97% or 3%ers? Understand this. We have 100% of the population, 97% of fucking losers. 3% are winners. But out of this 97%, the 97% comes over here, and within this 97% is now the new 100%, right? But they're really fucking what? Losers. So within this 97% of fucking losers, there's now a new 97%, 3%. So you can be a 3%, but you're a fucking 3% of the losers. We're talking about being 3% of what? The population, all right? And there's certain things you have to do. One, you have to fucking deal with reality. And reality is this. It's either yes or no. There's nothing else outside yes or no. Anything outside of yes or no, we're going to consider the gray area all this weekend. Is that fair? Anything outside of yes or no is the gray area. Hey, Greg, I want to advertise on Facebook. Do you have a Facebook ad account? Not yet, loser. Hey, I'm going to run the skin ad on Facebook. All right, do you have a cloaker? Well, I was going, fucking loser. Do you have a cloaker? Yes or no? Yes. Do you have a cloaker? Yes or no? Yes. All y'all that be quiet is fucking losers. You either have a cloaker, listen, do you have a cloaker? Yes or no? Yes. Where are my no's? All liars. Y'all not getting this. Listen, it's either yes or no. You can't lie. If you lie to yourself, you're in the gray area anyway. Anything in this business, anything in life is yes. I teach my son this, yes or no. Like if the no puts you in the loser, you're embarrassed and you're like, don't say yes when it's really no, because now you're a fucking liar loser. You don't want to be that. It's yes or no. So when we deal with something, we deal with yes or no. Is that fair? Yes. Winning versus losing. Every single day you go to bed, you either have won for the day or you lost for the day. There is no, okay, I'll continue tomorrow. If you have 4 tasks that you wrote down that are going to be completed today and you didn't complete them, you a fucking loser. Winning or losing. I'm the best affiliate marketer in the world. I just have to go out and prove it. I'm the best EDU marketer in the world. I just have to go out and prove it. Whatever your mantra is going to be, each and every day before you go to bed, you prove it. Listen, we have a gun to the head philosophy. If you have, hey, who here, by a show of hands, has some task that you're supposed to have completed that you haven't completed yet? Raise your hand. Like, why? Because you say it. Because you're a fucking loser. Now understand this. The winners aren't going to be winners all the time. But we have this hardcore line, winning versus losing. Winning versus losing. Because if we have this thing called the gun to the head philosophy. If you have the gun to the head philosophy, and there was whoever your loved one is or you love the most or you care about, imagine if there was a killer. They had a gun to their head holding them hostage. And when it hit 12 midnight, if those tasks were not completed, they were going to be murdered. Would anyone in here not have the task completed? No or no? Of course you wouldn't. This gun to the head philosophy allows you to realize that it is possible for it to be done. It's just that you didn't do it. And if you didn't do it, then you're a loser. Make sense? It's funny, and it gets laughs all around the world, but it's real. Because if you have you're trying to become an affiliate marketer, you're trying to go from $50,000 a day to $100,000 a day, or trying to go from $500,000 a year to $1 million a year, there's things you got to do. And throughout every day, 365 days a year, you don't have time for tasks not to be completed. Because you forget 2 tasks a day and 1 task tomorrow, and 3 the next day. Like at the end of the year, you have 800 tasks you didn't do, which would have attributed to that increase. You probably are upset you didn't get, wondering why. Dan Kennedy says the worst number in business is 1. The worst number in business is 1. Well, my other mentor, Bill Glazer, says good is good enough. Anyone here a perfectionist, raise your hand. Anyone here super analytical, raise your hand. If you're super analytical and have to figure everything out and wait for everything to be perfect, like try to remove that as fast as possible. Because good is good enough. If you try to make it wait until your mind processes that it's perfect and you're ready to launch the campaign and you do $800 in a day, or if you just did it right away earlier, it would be $650 a day, and now the 3 months you waited, take away the $650 a day that you would have made during those 3 months. You understand how much money you lost? Good is good enough. Take your shit, throw some shit up on the wall, and clean it up as you go. As the shit comes down and get ready to fuck up the carpet, you clean it up as it goes. But you have to throw it up there. Good is good enough. Test, 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 test. Never do a campaign without testing something else. Like a lot of people, I just want to throw it on the wall. Like, test. Commit to me right here today that when you do any campaign, you at least test at least one. Like one time I was watching Greg do something, and I'll never forget this day. Like he was doing something with in his account, and I was waiting for him to put. You know, everybody heard of A/B split test, right? A/B, right? 2. One time, Greg went into his account to set up a Facebook ad. When I went in there, I'm expecting to see like ad A and ad B. This fool had hundreds. Listen, when I say hundred, I mean like I was like, what the fuck is this? He had hundreds of the same ad. Just it had one little letter and then an hour later it was down like 20 ads, and then 30 minutes later it was another 100. Like he deleted hundreds of ads. Like it was crazy. And compared to what I was doing, I was like, oh my God. Like it was crazy. So when I say test, commit here, and if you do one ad, at least do what? B. Let's be A/B. I'm not saying doing that crazy shit Greg does, all right? If you're a machine, I want you to do that stuff because what he's going to show y'all is crazy. Like, I'm not there yet, and I'm not trying to jump right there yet. I got to, and then try and jump, but that was crazy. I was impressed. So now, everyone that's in here, you're attached to Greg whether you want to be or not. And I'm going to tell you this. Everybody has a good guy on one shoulder and a bad guy on another shoulder. It's just the way we were born. It's just the way we are. The good guy believes in you. The good guys tell you, yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah. The bad guy is the negative guy. He says, listen, I think he's lying. There's no way that he's starting out with 300 ads off one ad. There's no way that you can show Facebook manual reviewers one ad, and then when the Facebook users click an ad, they see something else. Like, that's bullshit. Like, what's this cloaker shit? It's bullshit. So you have to understand you've already invested in here. You've already invested to be here. You invested your time, you invested your money, and you're in the room. So you have to fight that bad guy. You have to fight that bad guy. And please do not be offended by anything Greg says this weekend. Greg gives a rat ass about, he's not trying to offend anyone. He's just being bluntly truthful. If Greg didn't like you, trust and believe he wouldn't have allowed you to come to the event. So you're here, you're cool with him. But as he's being bluntly truthful, sometimes what he's saying may offend if you have a little 97%er in you. And just fight it. Everything he's doing, I've seen the entire agenda. I helped him with the planning and so far. I saw what his goal is and what he's doing. And it's an amazing event. And please fight that. And like I said, he has goals. He's always had goals ever since I've known him when he first started and coming up the game and rising up the game and being the guru guy, top of the guy where he's at right now. Like I said, he's one of the greatest guys I know. A very dear friend. And he has goals. And at the top of the hill are his goals. And like Zig Ziglar said, you can help as many people. You can get anything in this world that you want to get as long as you help as many other people get what they want, right? So he embraced that. So as he's climbing towards his goals, he's trying to help other people to reach their goals. So he's taking his ropes and throws out his ropes for people to do what? Attach to him. So he climbs up. He's climbing towards his goal. He knows what his goals are. So as he's climbing, and he has mentors, and he has mastermind groups, and he has people, and he's listening, and then he tells people that are with him, he says, hey, everybody, we're going left. Everybody, hey, we're going left. Greg said, hey, everybody, we're going right. We're going right. And then next thing you know, he said, hey, we're going left. And so a guy said, hey, why are we going left? And Greg cuts his rope. Cut. And he goes, oh. You're either going forward towards your goal or you're going backwards away from your goal. There is no standing still. You're either going forward towards your goal or you're going away from your goal. There is no standing still. So if Greg says, hey, everybody, we're going left, and he says, hey, why are we going left? If he had to stop moving towards the goal every time and say, hey, the reason we're going left is because yesterday I had this little tweak in my Facebook ad. Instead of making $50,000 a day, I made $70,000. And I want y'all to do this by going left. Is that cool? Should he have to do that every time? No. So as he's going towards his goal, he's just going. So like I said, he's throwing out his ropes, you're attached to him, you climb, and you just go with him. 3% traits. I want to go through a few of them. 3%ers are immune to criticism. 3%ers are immune to criticism. 3%ers have no bitching, no moaning, no whining, no complaining. They don't complain. 3%ers take fast action. There's going to be people this weekend that are going to get information and do absolutely nothing with it, ever. There are going to be some people that leave this weekend and we're going to wait 2 or 3 or 4 months before they implement it. There's some people that are going to be here that are going to be implemented every break. They may be, every break they're going to be on their phone, send it to their staff, or go upstairs to the room and, they're going to be implemented right away. But 3% take fast action. Take the information and act on it right away. 3% also know what they want, and they assemble teams to help accomplish this. We always talk about walking up the ladder or leaping up the ladder. Being associated with and being surrounded by and being led by people that are where you're at and can take you where you're going will get you there light years faster. 3%ers are also turned off by 97%ers. Who here wants to be surrounded by people that are just whining, complaining, and bitching, and moaning, and making excuses all the time? No one. I would hope no one. 3%ers pick themselves up quickly and get back into the game. If something bad happens, pick yourself up quickly and get back into the game. I'll add one other thing on that note. Don't try to play the game at a level you're not ready for. Don't try to play the game at a level that you're not ready for or that you can't handle. Everybody understand what I'm saying when I say that? Because sometimes you see people making so much money and they're doing this and that, and you say, okay, if I just spend $50,000 on a media drop today, one day media drop $50K, I'm going to make $200,000. But if you do that and you make what? Nothing, can you handle that $50,000 loss today? If you can, like, go hard as you can go. But be careful. Like when I first got in the game originally, like I said, I lost a few $100,000 like fast in a week. But I wasn't ready. But I didn't really know what I was doing. I thought you put money in, you get money out. You got to know what you're doing a little bit. That's why you're here, to learn how to do it. It was Pulse Ads, something called Ad Sonar and Pulse 360, and I just threw money at it. 3% don't blame others for their failures. They don't blame others for their failures. 3%ers are not afraid to fail. Having thick skin. Not afraid to fail. Don't blame others for their failures. They take responsibility for their own actions. They take responsibilities for their own actions. And lastly, when they get specialized knowledge, they throw it against the wall and take action. I can't tell you, like one of my things, like I've had a lot of failures and a lot of successes, but the key thing is taking action. A lot of people are froze by like fear, like take action. When we finish here this Sunday, you'll know everything you need to know to change your lifestyle, change your address, make practically any change that you want to do. This stuff gets great results. When I say great results, but you have to follow the system. Like, please do not come back. If they step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you come in and do step 1, 2, take out 3 and 4 and do 5, it won't work. It won't work. You have to follow step by step. And let me assure you this. There is no magic room. I come back to my internet story with Kim McCarthy. He was on the stage. His last comment was, everyone that's making over $1 million a year online, stay standing. People stand like, I couldn't believe it. Like I made that decision right then and there. I'm going to follow the principles of Think and Grow Rich and have everything done. But what did not happen that day was Kim McCarthy. Everybody, if you're making over $1 million a year online, stay standing. Now imagine this. Act like I have magical power right now. I'm going to make you freeze. Everybody freeze. You're frozen in time, all right? Ready? 1, 2, 3, poof, poof. I'm Kim McCarthy. Kim McCarthy didn't jump down and say, hey, what's your name? You Lloyd Irvin? How you doing? I'm Kim McCarthy. Thanks for coming to the System Seminar. What's going to happen? I know there's 500 people in this room right now have paid $3,000 to come to this event. And I don't know you, Lloyd Irvin, and you don't know me, but what I'm going to do, on the first break, I want you to go out the hallway, make a right, in the first corner, that door, I want you to go through the door. That's a magic room. I'm going to share with you, although I don't know you, I'm going to share with you the secrets that are really going to allow you to make money. And everyone else here will be in this room not learning anything. Unfrozen. When I came back to speak at the system seminar and all those emails I was getting that was saying something to the effect of, what did you do different? I'm happy for you, but how did you do it? They would have made you believe and wanted you to think that there was some magic room that Kim McCarthy came to me and invited me to the first day, and I was shuffled off in some magical room where the real secrets were being taught. That is simply not true. I was in this room. And this is what's going to happen also. There's going to be people in this room that will go off and are going to make no money. There's people in the room that are going to go off and make lots of money. There's people in the room that are newbies that will go off and create an online business and be able to quit their job. But then there'll be the people that are the 97%ers. The bad guy got on their shoulder and they didn't implement anything, they didn't do anything, they didn't try anything, and they'll say, well, I didn't get anything from the event. Like, how can you get something from the event and you can't? Why? Does it even make any sense? If the person didn't do what? Implement. Or the person hit a snag in the roll and did what? Quit. They did everything that 97%ers do. It is what it is. So please, 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 please make sure that this weekend you take your notes, you implement. If you have questions for somebody and they're open for questions, you ask your questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. There is no such thing as a dumb question. If you don't know it and you want to know it, you ask it. If you leave and don't have your question answered, then you're what? You're the loser, you're the dumb person, not them. So network in the hallway, meet people. You're here 4 days, like be out. If you're a shy person, don't like speaking to people, talk to people. You got to. You never know, you meet that one person. All it takes is one person. I'm telling you, I can't tell all the stories to try to make you believe this, but I know from people I work with to me personally, all it takes is one person who knows one person that's doing something that you can connect with. I gave you a good example. I have a student, a personal friend named Ed O'Keefe. Anybody know Ed O'Keefe? All right, so Ed O'Keefe, he's doing like 30+ million a year online with his online business. He's like one of my first internet marketing students. And when I first met him, he had a practice called Dentist Profits. So when I tell you I was in a dental niche, I was in a dental niche as a partner with him, helping dentists transition over into internet marketing. But he didn't want to do it anymore. And that business was doing like $7-10 million a year, and he didn't want to do it anymore. And before that, he was a bartender. Understand this. Before that, he was a bartender. So he's jumped from this and this and this. And now he wanted to learn how to do all online. And there's no magic room. So make sure that this weekend you get all your questions and pay close attention. And I promise you this, in closing, I promise you this. Those who really want to make a lot of money, the power is being connected to Greg. Like Greg, Greg the man here, everybody clap it for Greg. And specialized knowledge. Everything that you're going to be learning this weekend is meant to teach you specialized knowledge. And like I said, I hope that everyone, leaves here Sunday and able to have, high success stories. But take it from me word for word. You have to implement. No matter what anyone teaches, no matter what anyone says, if you don't implement, there's nothing they can do for you. All right? Thank you.